What's up, guys? Welcome back to Street Dreams Performance. It's your boy Merc right here. As you guys know, I got myself a 2010 Nismo 370Z. I reviewed it last week, but today I'm going to be showing it to you guys and just going over it and show you guys what I got. This is my new baby right here. I'm right here at work, you know, with the homies and shit. So let me rack her up for you guys and show you what's up. Alright guys, so I'm actually going to be showing you guys what to look for when purchasing a 370Z. I'm just going to review anything as far as visual, you know, so peace out. First things first is you want to make sure there's no oil leaks as far as your valve cover gaskets, your front timing cover. Make sure none of your vacuum hoses, you know, none of those are torn up, because then that could cause, you know, your car to run rough. You know, if it's stock, make sure your air filters are clean. I mean, if they're dirty, they're not gonna bring down the value much, but. And I mean, honestly though, I should have said the first thing first, actually check your oil level. Make sure your oil level is good. Let's check this one. Let me wipe this off for you guys. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Why didn't you help me, Danny?
I'm not certified.
Well, yeah, so this is how you check your oil level. You take your dipstick out, you wipe it off. You put it back in there. And you pull it out. And let's check the oil level. And you see that? My oil level is good. It should always be at the circle right there. You see that it tells you low and it has an H for high. But if you're in between, you're good. But my shit is perfect. Now let's lift it up. Oh, another things I left out to check for up here is check the coolant level. See, my shit's got pink coolant. I don't like that. I'm gonna flush it out and put green coolant, the OEM one. Another thing you guys want to check out is if it's a manual, check out the clutch fluid. Make sure your clutch fluid is, you know, topped off and not low. This one's good. Make sure it's not all dirty and gunky and stuff, but yeah, some things you want to look for. Now let me lift it up and show you guys what to look for underneath. And up she goes. Now if you guys are purchasing the car, I know you guys won't be able to actually lift it up on a rack, but I mean, if you guys take a floor jack and, you know, some jack stands, you guys can take a look underneath there and make sure there's no oil leaks underneath there as well. But let me show you guys what things to look for underneath there. Like I said, I'm here at work with my boys over here.
What up?
Doing some oil changes right here.
That needs diesel certified.
You guys need any tight end service? Come through Nissan of Torrance and as for Danny. He'll take care of you. Armadas, tight ends, NVs. That's the guy right there. All right. Now that we're up here, so if you guys get a jack and get underneath there, make sure there's no leaks on your rack and pinion. You guys can see that better. Just make sure there's no leaks. Make sure, you know, make sure there's no leaks right here in between the transmission and the engine, because if you have a leak right here, let's say, that means the slave cylinder, the centric slave cylinder inside the transmission is leaking, and you're gonna have to bring down the whole transmission to replace that. So that's one thing to look for. Make sure your bushings, you know, your suspension, you know, your bushings ain't all torn up, they're good. Well, make sure your front struts ain't leaking. Make sure there's no oil leaks. This is not an oil leak, this is sauce. I ran over some shit or whatever. But that's things to look for right here. My shit's completely stock. I still have the cats on here, but I'm gonna switch it up real soon. Now, things to look for in the back. These cars are notorious for the differential bushing torn up and leaking, and not an easy way to know if your shit is torn up if you can't see it, because it's all the way up here. It's right there. Sometimes you can't see it, but when you see fluid like this on your differential, you see that means the bushing is torn, and mine is torn up, and I'm gonna have to replace it. So I mean, it's not gonna bring the value down on the car as much at all, probably not at all, if the bushing is bad, but It's just some things you want to look for, things you'll know you'll have to service. But make sure your axles, your boots ain't torn up. You know, check your rear shocks, they ain't leaking. Yeah, that's about it. You know, anything as far as driving the car, that'll be up to you and how you feel it. You know, but yeah, make sure you don't have no leaks. I don't know what this is. Is this a leak? I'm gonna have to clean that up and see if it's leaking, because yeah, I don't like that. But you see, if that is leaking, there's actually there's a gasket, a seal. There's a seal inside in the back right there that, I mean, if it's leaking, that's just gonna, it means that our shit is bad. That's what I'm hoping it's not bad. I'm hoping that's just, I don't know, but yeah, that's about it. All right, you guys, so remember that leak I showed you guys earlier? I went ahead and cleaned it up just so I can drive it for the next couple of days and then lift it up and if I see a leak here, then it means that shit is leaking. But I'm crossing my fingers that it is not leaking. But just the fact that I seen fucking transmission fluid there is a bad sign, you know. But hey, I'll get it fixed, I'll get it right if it is leaking. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. That's all you guys want to look for. And if you guys can, also look at your condenser, make sure there's no leaks, because if you have a leak on your condenser, then your AC is not gonna work, you know. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. This is my Z. She looks pretty good. You know, a couple things I gotta fix here and there, but she ain't gonna be stocked no more as of next week. Y'all stay tuned to see what I'm gonna do to it. But yeah, man, lovely cars. She looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy. You know, I'm gonna do a tune-up on her. I'm gonna drain out her coolant, everything, new transmission fluid if it's not leaking, new diff fluid. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Oh, I mean, you probably can't see it, you know, if you're at, you know, on the street looking at the car, but you could, you know, look at that that coolant hose right there, that heater hose right there. Those just tend to leak, and that's something you want to replace, because then you're gonna be leaking coolant and you do not want that. But yeah, man, I hope you guys find this video helpful if you're in case you're in the market for buying one of these. But yeah, man, my tires are good. You know, you want to inspect your tires as well. Your brakes, I can't show you guys my brakes unless I remove my wheels, but yeah. Oh, and another thing that my car does, I don't know if you guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys experience this on your Z's, but when I go from drive to reverse, well, from first to reverse, or park to reverse in an automatic car, you hear these shits click a lot. You hear your axles clicking a lot. And the way to fix that is you either grease them up, and to grease them up, you have to remove the wheel, of course. You have to loosen up your axle nut, and then you have to grease up the rear, like the rear surface of the axle where it, you know, mates up with the bearing and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys right now. I'm actually gonna do that to my car, so, because my car does that and it's fucking annoying. So yeah, let's get it. All right, guys, so like I said, I'm gonna do I'm actually gonna just tighten up my axle nuts. I'm gonna try that first before I grease them up. But pretty much to do that, you have to remove your wheel, of course, and then you got a cotter pin right here you're gonna have to take off, and then you're gonna have to remove this, and make sure you don't reuse the cotter pin. Put a new one. Always use a new one. And you bring this out, get a screwdriver or something. You have to remove this to get to the axle nut. All right, so once you remove the cotter pin and the little cover that was right there, all you're gonna do is get a 32 socket and impact gun if you have one, or, you know, electric impact gun, and I'm gonna just tighten it up. That should stop the noise. If that doesn't stop it, then I'm gonna have to pretty much do this all over again, loosen this up, bang it out, and grease up the rear of the axles. But I think that should be it. I should do it, and then pretty much do the same thing to both sides, and that's pretty much. All right, guys, thank you for this performance. It's your boy Merc right here. It's time for me to go home and get some rest. Catch you guys next time. Deuces.
Everything you said I wouldn't do, yeah. Only dropped a couple of my tracks, yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Street Dreams Performance. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Also, follow us on Instagram at Street Dreams Performance. Stay tuned for the next one.